Hey guys, and welcome back to the Aaliyah.Symone podcast. It's your girl Aaliyah.Symone, just here to chat with you today about several topics that, been on my mind or things that I've just probably naturally been wanting to talk about and bring it to this podcast. So let's open some dialogue. Today, I guess in this segment, I really wanted to, be a little bit vulnerable and say, and hold on, before I start something, technically I could just use that for right now. Oh, come on. There we go. Do it like that. That was one last thing I wanted to do. Okay, we'll just start like that. So, I wanted to be like slightly vulnerable today because I really wanted to kind of ask this question, and maybe this is kind of like an open prayer that I'm also asking God for, and maybe I should also introduce this to my prayer journal eventually. But we just got onto the fact of having a prayer journal in general. I know, shocking. But then if you know me, it's like, not much of a writer, so that's why I stuck away from journals in general. But I'm kind of asking, like, where is my tribe? I believe that y'all are out there. I believe it. I truly believe it, because I already have people who I would consider my tribe in general. People who I do have similar interest in, and we do have some similar beliefs. And yeah, that would essentially be the tribe. But just before I continue with the tribe, I also want to make this a side note. I don't want people to ever think I don't ever get along with them just because I have opposing views. You believe what you want to believe. I am a firm believer in a lot of things. And I do have different interests of the world I have different interests that are not of the world. So I have to again ask, where's my tribe? But my tribe with the same interest, I feel like I am interested in quite a bit of things. So that's why I'm like, hey, where are my people at? Just because I am a little bit well versed. And then definitely towards the end, I want to definitely say something that I can also acknowledge myself. And again, I've already said I'm being a little bit vulnerable. But I'm asking, like, where is my tribe? Do I even want a tribe? Is a question I ask myself as well, just because I know I can get along with a lot of people, and one thing I can also do is enjoy my own company. So I enjoy myself, and I enjoy my own time. I enjoy the projects I give myself, or the adventures or fun adventures that I want to do. But I also am interested in doing with people who have similar interests. And as I'm kind of speaking this out loud, I'm starting to think, well, there might be some things that you have same interests, right? That you could do with other people. Maybe other things you don't have to do with other people. That's probably like a realization I'm coming to later, but I don't know. I'm still asking my tribe, because maybe I just want to talk about it, maybe not do a certain activity or talk about a certain subject. I don't know. It's different things that I feel like would be known within my tribe, of where we get along with and how we interact around that same interest, I guess. But again, do I want a tribe to do that for every single thing, or do I want to be more alone in some things? So I'm kind of figuring that out as well. But I, believe it or not, I do think I am a people person, because when it comes to solving problems and like working together, I do like to work together in a lot of things. And I think that's why I feel like I can also be a people person, because my roots go back to music, right? Playing instruments, and more heavily known with playing the violin in orchestras. So I'm working with a lot of different people who are not even playing the same part as me, who do not have the same role as me in the orchestra. or as I did in that orchestras. So that's definitely something I had thought about. And I've also thought about like how many people would be in that tribe. And I think because I am also making sure I'm like putting this in a podcast as well, and to contribute this to the world, and I guess of media, social media, whatever. This is just how I'm contributing. But I guess how many people do I want to be in my tribe, or I guess people to have the same interests. But I think people will just naturally have the same interests of you and want to stick to you in regards of like media, and they're gonna be with you and be without you in different seasons or not. And I don't know. That's just how it is. I feel like I've gone through enough years in media, just in general, just being the age that I am, to understand how it's changed over time just by being a viewer, or a person who participates in media. But maybe I have goals to at least expand what I can at least call my tribe on media, as well, when I'm maybe not feeling lonely. I don't want to say that. But I guess to make sure that as much as I hang out with my inner circle, like that outer circle, I definitely still have that reach and pull, because I do believe there are things that I would like to accomplish. Long term, let me just say that. I won't say exactly what it is, but just long term things I would like to accomplish, and maybe I need just more than just myself to get it done. So that's essentially why I at least try to say and ask, where's my tribe? And I don't want to limit myself as well, because of the goals that I have for my own self. So I guess that's where I have to also make sure in my part, I guess, with contribution to the tribe. Can't even contribute, but in a lot of things, that's where maybe I have thoughts of just being by myself and just like chilling by myself, because later on, you not even later on, but after you're around so many people so long, you kind of get used to the energies. And I feel like unless they are your like spouse or your like immediate family, or like guardians, obviously, but they don't really have to. You don't really have to be around people. You really don't have to be around people like that, or energies that are not helping you any better, regardless if it's with your own energies or your own work ethic or maybe your environment, whatever it may be. And so I guess my thing is just like, do I want to work on something within my immediate circle, or do I want to just start really reaching out and expand and making myself more known for the greater things that I do, and keep my immediate circle like strictly what the term actually is supposed to be meaning towards. And I guess my other thing is, do I need to say hi first? And now that I kind of like mentioned that, is this my way of saying hi first? Like, hey, like, even if it is, regardless, this is how I want to at least contribute, or at least open this dialogue with myself to my tribe, myself to the tribe, myself first and foremost to God, which, if anything, I think not anything, I know those are essentially all my intentions and what I do and execute. And so at this point, I have to start contributing a little bit more and pulling my weight a little bit more. And so then I'm also asking, well, who are those people who like to do things that I like to do in regards of contribution as well? So, because that's what I look for, because I don't want just get attached to so many people in general. Even if I do, I'm just like, okay, at least when I do, I love when we get to work together. That's my favorite part. At least that's my favorite part. And so I'm talking about like my tribe and my similar interests, and basically what you've already seen on this channel, especially at the beginning. The very beginning is what set it apart, and it's what is keeping me going now. And so I don't know, maybe this is really the start of something new. I'm keeping this like as an open dialogue, slash prayer, slash conversation to God, slash conversation to my tribe. Like, I am out here not even trying, I am doing it. And all I can say is I'm proud of myself, because I think I would definitely have to say more than 2 years, but for sure I can officially mark like, nah, it's been 2. We can play on 3 years, just based on how I feel like my work ethic is. And by the time I really like actually recognize this moment in time, I feel like I'll have a delayed gratification for today, in general, which is like the best part. So but yeah, I think that's actually just my favorite part about it. So I'm gonna let the tribe speak for me at this point. I'll see if I respond. I don't even know where to begin. Because maybe you already noticed, but even if you hadn't noticed, I could have done a little bit better with my scalp, but I would prefer to wash my hair first and then do the scalp treatment that I want to do, because I think it's gonna be so elaborate. It's going to just make this hairstyle a lot better, essentially. It's already a great hairstyle in general. I feel like I just play with it so much. I need to stop playing with it. So how about this? We're gonna keep it like this and go on the flow. We're gonna go on the flow, go on the flow, go on the flow, go on the flow. Because then we're gonna, yeah. Okay, so essentially, here's the thing. I don't know if I have to say this, but I'm willing. I don't know about the copyright strike or whatnot, but definitely on the YouTube, I might as well just play it. Like, should I? I don't know. I think that would mean I have to. I wouldn't be mad. So, one thing I've noticed is the term Black Barbie, and I don't want to get too much into it. I get not even just Black Barbie. It's like the look of the it girl. You know what I'm saying? It's just what the hot girl. That's what the new thing is. I'm a hot girl. You know, I do hot. I don't even want to start singing the full verse. I don't even know all the lyrics, but I just don't want to be cursing on here. That's definitely just not it. But shoot, I mean, take me back to Easy, I guess. I think it's important, at least for me right now on this site, not even site, but just what I can contribute to my own platform is a better appearance. And we could talk about inward and outer appearance. Oh, that scared me. Oh my gosh. Oh dear Lord. Okay, we'll just put that to the side. Anyways, Um, okay, so making sure my appearance is essentially on point every time I actually get on here, at least my appearance. I actually put on lashes for y'all guys if you haven't noticed already. So, because y'all have noticed already and you understand what it is, this is kind of what I'm trying to contribute more. And I've been saying I want to get my lashes done, but I have to talk about the term Black Barbies. I'm so sorry. Like, I just feel like it's just my goal to get better every time. So I do try to think, more of a balanced, we could say work ethic. How about this? Balanced choices, right? I want to make balanced choices in pretty much all things I do. It does not have to be just about eating. For those people who are on this type of platform watching me now or listening to me on this platform, y'all already know how much I love and desire nutrition in that field, but I want to make sure I stay in my feminine, and I think that's one of the best things about being a woman is to actually get pretty. And it's like I already feel pretty even without the makeup. I'm not even wearing that much makeup, and maybe you'll notice that in like already with me. But regardless with that, I just want to make sure I look more presentable every time I at least get on camera with y'all and get more professional with, I guess, with this whole game. You know what I'm saying? And I already know how my blessings are coming tenfold. But regardless, my thing is to just go out there and like do it and make content. So if y'all are more interested in me looking more presentable, where I feel like it's really no different than the world wanting you to look more presentable, but there's always a time and place to do certain types of styles or makeup, or makeup styles as well, yeah. But I thought that this would be very appropriate for y'all, and I thought this would be a good treat because I don't know why people just like it when I look pretty. Y'all do. Y'all like it when I'm a Black Barbie, and I know y'all do. And I just be chilling. I like to look good as well. Like to look good, feel good, eat good. I like to take care of my body. And again, I say balance. Like I'll make unhealthy choices, which today I did, but I'm gonna honestly counteract that. But then I also have to say I'm really in my feminine right now. But regardless, with that actual term, if you understand what I'm talking about, I want to make sure I'm repping for the Black Barbies out here, and I know that we are out here. I've seen us. Y'all are really all on TikTok, and on YouTube. Y'all are really on every platform. So I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna say I'm for that, but maybe like my shorties. But even if I'm not just being geared or targeted for like the shorties, y'all could have thought I was taller than I look, but or sound. I don't know, whatever. Regardless of it, I'm actually like really excited that I'm in this space where I feel pretty. I'm in this phase where I feel pretty, and that's saying a lot of things. Like I feel pretty inwardly and I feel pretty outwardly, and there were times where I felt pretty inwardly but I did not feel pretty outwardly, and also vice versa. Well, maybe not even vice versa. There were times where I felt pretty I didn't feel pretty inwardly and I didn't feel pretty outwardly either. So I felt like I've had a mixture of both of them. So I do feel like I'm in a phase right now where I feel pretty, not only outwardly but inwardly. And I chose outwardly first just because I've actually accepted my body for not only what it is but what it can do. And if I take the time to listen to my body, I see how it can benefit me. And I see how throughout the day, I'm actually in a whole lot better space and better state to really execute on everything I do. And I think it's done in such a very nice feminine way where it's like really beautiful to see, and I'm proud of myself for that. So I think like that's the moment where I'm like, I that black Barbie mentality, to where I feel like every black young girl to black woman should feel like a black Barbie. And I don't want y'all to think like I kind of want to get over this whole race stuff, but it's more of relax, you're attractive, okay? You're attractive, you're just chocolate. Like, it's not even a you're just, no, you're chocolate. Like, okay, get over it. You are a chocolate pretty girl, like woman. So get over it. Like, kind of like do something to work on, not even work on that, but like maintain that. Do something to like enhance that. Not surgically, but you know, it's people choose different things. So I'm just I'm not gonna say nothing there. I don't even know if I want to say nothing there, anything there about doing anything to enhance your body. But when I speak about enhancing my body, I think about going to the gym. So that's where my mindset's at. And I definitely want to at least say I had a huge or long-term ugly duckling phase. I can't tell you when it started. I can't tell you when it ended, but I can think about the age range I was in. But when I finally got over that, and I think that's also part of like growing up, puberty, young black girl going through puberty, all that stuff, and you're out like of puberty, but you're definitely in the end phases of your development. I still got about 2 years, I guess, on this brain or something. I don't know what more y'all want me to do on this brain, on this head on mine, but I can't even like. I don't want to talk about it, but I really did feel like I had an ugly duckling phase where I just did not feel pretty outwardly. And I could say there was a lot of reasons why I was like overweight, but a lot of that was never I have to lose weight for attention from men. It was more of I'm already a happy girl. I was more of like I have to lose weight because I don't like looking. I guess I can't even say the word. I don't want to say the word on here actually. Benefit of the doubt, just because I'm in a really good mood today, and I definitely want to make sure this message gets across. But like, I think my weight had a lot to do with how I felt pretty outwardly, and because I always felt pretty inwardly. I think growing up, I definitely had a really beautiful soul and a great childhood. So I think I grew up fine, but I don't know. I would just say that ugly duckling phase definitely has an ending. Remember, it's called a phase. And remember, the ugly duckling has a next part to the story. So since we're in that chapter, I feel like we should definitely move on. What did you think? Honestly, this is the best part. This is the best part. I'm actually glad this is like really like the best part. So here's what I partly wanted to talk about today, and I'm actually timing myself. I don't know if you've been noticing, but you'll definitely notice in the segments that I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. And if anything, I'm definitely just gonna keep this like as a run on I guess stream for the podcast portion, just because of the timing that I have to be on for this podcast. I didn't realize it was an hour. If I wanted to keep things in regards of like segments into certain time frames, if I want to talk about certain topics in one posting per day that I do for this podcast. And I think the best thing that I can incorporate is this. What I'm doing right now is just using a stopwatch to like record me, and using like the timer that I am to stream to make sure I stay under this hour that I'm really trying to stay under. Which I feel like I did that before, funny enough, but I think I was forced to. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, I finally fixed it. If you hadn't noticed already, I finally fixed that issue I had with my storage. Guess what? I just deleted photos. Had a lot of photos on this here iPhone. So good news is I'm going to keep it as long as I can. Keeping this iPhone as long as I can. There's nothing wrong with it. I like how it records. I'm literally recording on it right now. The way that the iPhone is recording on the way that I'm recording on this iPhone, oh my gosh, versus if I was recording on my iPad, the lighting just looked way too off. It looked way too off. I like the aesthetic that it's actually looking right now. Like, my skin does not look like blue. I actually look, my skin color, and you can see that I have like my lashes on. You can see that I actually did look a little something. So because that we're continuing on, and we've actually been running a little bit smoother in these last couple of weeks, then you'll realize, things should kind of pick it up. And no, I do not have my selfie stick yet. I will get it soon. And I can't wait to get it. Oh, not selfie stick, tripod. I keep calling it selfie stick. Tripod. But use what you got, baby. Make it work. You're gonna listen either way. Regardless if it's an hour later, or today, tomorrow, or Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday afternoon. So, yeah, I'm not gonna like what I'm talking about, and I kind of hate how I just like hunched over like that. And so I feel like that term that I've been hearing, and I don't know if it's from Real Film Sapien I got it from. It probably was. She said it. I don't want to be adding too many like YouTubers on here. I don't want to be adding people like that. I'm not finna add people, but like if it is, who. If I say something, I feel like who I follow or whose content I listen to, and I've mentioned it before who I listen to. But that term, learn how to be a pick-me instead of a skip-me, I think it's gonna make people mad. Because here's the thing, I wanted to at least define pick-me, because sometimes I'd be like, so what really, really, really is a pick-me? Like, what really, 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 really is a pick-me? And to be fair, I've always been the type to look up stuff on the Urban Dictionary. I've always been the type. I'm not even hip, cool, or anything like that. Like, I'm this orchestra dork. Like, I literally am thinking about Mozart movements right now, and if not, I'm thinking about my math class subject, whatever, and skip to like after, like my early 20s. I gotta go to school, I gotta go to work, I gotta go to class, and then I gotta go to lecture, I gotta go to lab. Like, that's literally was my life. Regardless how I was doing. But anyways, I looked up on the Urban Dictionary what a pick-me girl is. I guess that's what it's called. So a pick-me girl, and the reason why I say pick-me girl, you'll find out later. So a pick-me girl is a girl who seeks male validation by indirectly or directly insinuating that she is not like the other girls. Basically a female version of a simp. Okay. Oh, I didn't know they had this later on. Okay, but here it goes. I'm glad I'm reading this when I didn't really like. It's like fresh. Characteristics of a pick-me girl. Lets men walk all over her because of her carefree demeanor. only hangs out with men because they're unproblematic. Exudes qualities / characteristics of her male counterparts that were not initially present to be more likable and relatable to them. Wait, hold on. So that's what they say. At least the Urban Dictionary is saying, is the definition of a pick-me girl. Okay, so they did mention something in here that I definitely wanted to highlight, and I already brought it up, or I already looked that up for y'all guys to like read here and talk about. They said a pick-me girl is basically is the female version of a simp. So I wanted to also define simp on here for, I guess, the gentlemen. For our gentlemen, since we already talked about the ladies today. So a simp is someone who does way too much for a person they like. I don't even want to read this example, because even when I read it, I'm just like, come on now, I can talk more ish than what this is. But no. I wanted to go ahead and kind of get started, and I'm glad we kind of already talked about the definition in there, because again, I want to create dialogue. Regardless if you want to respond in the comments, because I'm definitely interested in what you have to hear in regards of being a pick-me and what it means to you by being a pick-me. Like, what does that exactly mean to you by being a pick-me? Okay, so my question is, why don't y'all worry about the part of that says instead of being a skip me? You know what I'm saying? Because the thing that I noticed both on there is, okay, that last part where they kind of define more of the pick me girl, where she's not really interested in the stuff that the man is, but I guess she pretends, she lets the man walk all over her. I don't want y'all to get that confused with actual relationship things. And I already deleted the definition. I thought I wouldn't need it again, but I don't want to read it again, because I've already understood what a pick me is, and regardless if you are a man or a woman. And here's again what I don't understand about people who try hard to, not even try hard, people who work on themselves in a way to help them be better successful in the dating market. The reason is this: I don't think what people in this day and age who can find a pick-me can really say that those are pick-me qualities all around. Because you'll hear things that sound like a pick-me. I made my man a sandwich. That statement apparently in today's times would be considered a pick-me. Especially if you are single and you say, I want to make my man a sandwich. And when I hear that, I think, it makes me think that I don't believe that y'all are ready to be in a relationship that actually requires selflessness. And I feel like that's another story. But here's my thing is, why are you worried about how someone competes in the dating market? Why are you worried? And if you are worried, is it interfering with you by someone saying something as simple as, I want to make the man that I'm with, I want to make him a sandwich. If he's hungry, I want to make him a sandwich. If he wants a sandwich, if he wants a pizza, I would want to bake him a pizza from scratch. But why is that type of competition worry you so much that you have to call that person a name such as pick me when all of a sudden they do end up getting picked and you're still not picked, yet you're trying to call out other people's. You're acting like a pick me, probably because they do want to get picked. And you're probably noticing how they compete in the dating market, and you don't like it. Maybe because you want to do it, or maybe because you don't want to do it, and you find out that it's something against something, I guess. I don't see what the issue is. But in the other examples where, you let men walk all over you, I don't want you to relate that to submission, because that's a whole completely different other thing than being a doormat. Submission is not being a doormat. And if we actually grow up and understand actual words and terms and things, and I'm sorry, I didn't even go to school for English or like composition or whatever, but those two words are not the same. So here's the thing: there are different decisions you should make to set you up for a better future, or to have a better future, to be in a better future position. Even if you don't get every single thing you want, are you in a better position to obtain everything that you want? Because I feel like that this whole scenario of being a pick me, and y'all not even worried about the skip me part, is y'all worried about the wrong things, because y'all still do want a relationship. Go figure. y'all act like y'all don't, but y'all actually do. And the thing is, you care way too much. I don't know who you care way too much. Like, what do you care too much about? Like, who you care too much, right? But I don't think you care too much about what other people think, per se. If you think somebody's a pick me, I think you're worried about how you're gonna catch somebody, like, romantically. And you're worried that they're not gonna find you attractive. And so you're using the term pick me as by doing the most to be pick to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or I don't know, simp, whatever. But maybe that's like all really I want to say on that, and we could definitely go into that later. But I think I revealed as much as I can reveal about it, because me, somebody who is competitive, but I never, not to say I didn't understand in dating, it can't have some competition. Of course, it's just naturally known. There's excuse me, plenty of TV shows that broadcast it, actually. So I guess my thing is, who cares about being a pick me, calling somebody a pick me, being called somebody a pick me, worried about the term pick me even being thrown around. And I just don't think that's an insult. You're a pick me. I if somebody called me a pick me, I'd be like, okay, ends. But anyways, I would say, why do you care so much if someone did get picked, and you're calling this person a pick me? I find it a little bit bittersome, and it's some things that I've seen on some reaction YouTuber shows, where some single mothers are just upset with, and I don't want to put single mothers out there. I think that's just what he was reacting a video on. But I'll tie it up in a second. I feel like you're kind of upset that somebody got picked, right? And so a single mother was displaying that at, I guess, her friend's wedding. Apparently she was also a single mother who ended up marrying the baby daddy, basically. Which, honestly, that's a relationship I would naturally prefer when it comes to single parents when they want to go back on the dating market. If you want to go back on the dating market, go ahead and just marry your baby's father or your baby's parent. Yeah, other parent, yeah. So, one thing that single mother displayed while she was, attending the wedding, her friend's wedding, was that although she was happy for her friend, she had that why not me mentality. And it did make me a little sad because it really, I believe, I don't know where in the Bible, but maybe I'll look because that'll be an assignment I give myself. But I believe that kind of blocks your blessing in a way for you to obtain what is truly meant for you. I don't think saying, why not me? Why didn't I get picked? Why can't that be me? Is appropriate to say ever. Just because you don't know what that person went through or the decisions they make to get there. Vice versa in regards of the obstacles / the assignments that God has given that individual. You don't know. But maybe, and I don't want to blame women and I don't want to call it pure jealousy, because somewhere in there I feel like, and this, I'm not no psychologist, I just what is it, the ENFJ feeling, I'm more of a feeler, I guess. I think these women come from a place of a broken heart and a place where hope was 100% there, or like some type of light of the tunnel was there, but it got taken away from them somehow. And regardless if they were the ones who took it away or the other party did, they don't have it anymore. And that shows a reflection of like why I feel like that it's showing up as like the why not me, and it shows a little jealousy, even though you are happy for them, but you're like, I want this for me. Like, why can't it be me? I want it for me. And I don't want us women to have that mentality. When I don't want us people in general, but I think it is more of a women thing. From what I've noticed, I don't want us women to see not only a woman, but a person or a woman we call a friend. And it doesn't even have to be the term doing better than you. Where you notice, or even that person that shares that a blessing has been unlocked. Why should we get into that state of why not me, when I want to ask, like, what did you do to get that? And then if you say, well, God, I did this, that, and the third, I don't think God's going to look at that and be like, okay, well, here then, you did all of that, well, here you go. Sometimes he will, but I think sometimes we got to get across our heads that patience is also an assignment. And I actually think it's a nurturous virtue. And I think like that state of mentality comes from a broken heart, or heartbrokenness, something like that. And I only think that patience is the actual like fruit of the spirit, or like the virtue that would heal that. And hold on. Funny how I had to do that before I'm about to say this. Maybe you genuinely do need to see other people, regardless if in your life, immediate circle, or around you, or in your community, or a celebrity, or in the news, getting things unlocked, blessings unlocked, things handed to them, opportunities given, things restored. I think there's a purpose and another way to look at it when those things are given to another person in your tribe, circle, whatever. And I think it is your responsibility to remain happy and grateful for them, because like that one meme tweet that went around, Lord, I have seen what you've done for others. You know what I'm saying? That should be where I think that mentality should come from, is what I'm saying. Because I feel like I've experienced that before sometime or another. But that hasn't been anything at all recently, at all. And so when I saw that reaction video, it really did make me sad, because I mean, in a way, I think that type of story, the single mom gets back with the baby father, and the family's back together again. Obviously, I think everybody loves that story. So yeah, it's a little disheartening, but I think it's important to do your part to not be skipped. How about that? Do your part to not be skipped. And I guess in a way that somewhat brings me up to, that it did get over here. But I guess that brings me up to this point in time that I wanted to talk about for this segment. And I'm kind of just throwing this idea out there, but this has been, in a way, a topic set out there in regards of what defines a pick-me. But spending money on your husband/boyfriend, or boyfriends, is the definition of a pick-me. And if I even had to respond to that, I don't know if I can respond in different ways. But to answer that, I guess I would go back to what I said before, regards of that pick me term. But I think that's silly to say, just because isn't one of the 5 love languages, something about like gift giving, or like spending money on gifts? Like, where's that money gonna come from? And like, is that him always buying you gifts, or like, are you gonna buy him gifts? Are you gonna buy your own people gifts? Like, I don't know where that comes from. So, oh yeah, 4 items. Show me. Okay. Perfect. Cause then I can just do this, and you know what? We can just do it like this. Okay. So essentially, if you didn't already know, which I'm pretty sure I said this in my previous podcast, I have oh my gosh, let me drink some water. Okay, I have just celebrated my 2-year anniversary with my boyfriend, and oop, and I did get his anniversary gift, and I wanted to show y'all. Oops. Oh, I just had it. I wanted to show y'all what I got him, because it actually arrived today, and I gave it to him today, and he tried it on, and it looked so good. So I did get him some clothes. And I'll show you this first thing that I got him. Oops. It's a baseball. Ooh. It's a baseball jersey. Sorry, y'all. This laptop's actually really heavy. It's a baseball jersey. I think it's really nice, and it looks really good on him. So I definitely, let me move this. I don't want to make it spill. And I actually think he looked quite dapper in it. I already have a video of him in it. I'm like, ooh. I don't know, maybe I'll include it in here. If anything, I'll just post when we're basically both in our baby fat / fat farm. And then one other thing I also got him is this jacket. Now, y'all, let me tell you about this jacket. It's the Fat Farm plush jacket. Let me tell you about plush. Yo, that jacket feels so soft. I also got a jacket from basically Baby Fat. Forever 21, I think, is the retailer. But I got my jacket, and I did like the I did like the material, but my boyfriend's jacket is so soft. It's so soft. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Did you this is nice. I was low-key like, dang, he low-key don't think I'm gonna wear this jacket. I'm gonna try this jacket on eventually, but I guess that would be like my answer, right, to that. I don't think that defines pick me. First of all, we've been together for 2 years. He been picked me. Sweetheart, he definitely earned that. But no, I think that's also another way that people show love as well, is like gift giving. And a lot of women do like to gift give, and I feel like you're lying if you're saying women don't like to do that, because women are basically like the number one consumers. I'm pretty sure, at least in America. But regardless of the fact, I think it's just important to when you can, you don't have to go overboard, but when you can, I think it's important to splurge on the people you love too. And you should splurge on your spouse or on your boyfriend, period. And if you don't, I don't see why you should be in a relationship. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not saying you gotta spend like this amount of money, or you gotta spend like $500 for some cologne and like, I don't know, a Calvin Klein underwear set. I don't know. But I think it's important to, that term, treat yourself, treat others as well. But I definitely want to thank y'all for hanging out with me during this podcast. It's definitely been fun. I've been chilling. I've been really riding on this. And tune in essentially on next week's podcast. Hopefully I'll keep getting this down to a fine tune, into a nice routine where y'all are just sitting here chatting it up with me. And yeah, see me next time. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, this video. I'm trying to get it together because I'm on 2 different platforms. So we'll just start with YouTube first. So like this video, if you will. Definitely get this podcast out there, and also definitely give me topics to talk about, or tag me in things that I could not even react to, because even if you ask me to react to it, I'm gonna watch it beforehand and I'm gonna talk about it. I'd rather do that because I don't want to copyright. But here's the thing. I think that it's just super important to comment on what do y'all think about these topics that I'm talking about, and what are y'all opinions, because I'm very curious, and I actually think that it sets apart things that I could continue to talk about in these podcasts, because it actually makes me excited when I get to just speak on what I want to. But yeah, I guess on this platform, don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. Definitely follow this podcast on all different platforms if you will. I do use the Anchor platform to record, so if you don't already, go ahead and use that. But again, thank you for listening. Tune in next time.